Yes, people, welcome back to the channel. It's your host with the most. Of course, the vibes are very low. You know, the morale is very low. The day has been long, and the messages have been coming the whole day. You know, I've been receiving banter left, right, and center, and the cooking has been going on. You know, the haters' prayers finally they are answered. You know, and they can pray and wish now that our title, our Champions League dreams are buried down in the dirt. You know, they've been happy. Finally, they get an answer. You know, because we let ourselves down. To be honest, we really let ourselves down. I have had a whole day of dissecting and just swallowing, and it's just not to swallow, but just swallowing, like just going through the whole game, just to let it go through, you know, because in the heat of the moment yesterday, I might have dropped a lot of things just out of my reaction, just as an angry person, as an emotional person, as someone with 20 years of PTSD, you know, of someone without a major trophy in a long years, you know. But I just had time to think about it and go all over about it. I just finished watching as well the Barcelona and Inter Milan game where it ended 3-3, a very electric game, you know. And if I look at the game yesterday, if I want to look all over again, if I want to dissect it, if I want to be positive, the positive take in the game is it ended 1-0. You know, this is the positive take, and we go there with the 1-0. It could have been more. We don't know if the goals were offside, but it could have been more. But the game ended 1-0. That gives us a little margin, a little chance that we can turn it around, you know. If we go there and then we score early and we get a goal, that could just get them wound up, you know. But for us now, it was just a poor game. I'm not going to justify. I come here, I praise people all the time when they do well, and rightfully so in this game. We yield to the pressure all the time. This is the main question now. This is the main question for Arteta. Why is it in the big games and the big stages, why are we always found wanting? You know, we build all this hope up just to kill us, just to stab us in the back. Every time we're doing this, you had monologues, you had videos, you want us to come with our shin pads, you want the guy next to me to shout, and we did all that. But you man let us down on the pitch, man. You man let us down. You let us down, you know. You let us down. That's unforgivable, you know. The fans who went there, you need to give them the refund. That is not what we played for. This is not what we've been waiting for, you know. Semi-final, and we stunk the whole place out in the semi-final. There was no plan B. What was the plan B for Matata? I didn't see any plan B. How are you putting Merino in 90 minutes, in the 90th minute, to play like 5 minutes only, when Odegaard has been stinking the whole game out, the whole game? This is our captain, but he's not our captain. Leaders, I've seen leaders at Arsenal. I don't know this leader. I don't know this guy. He's a leader somewhere. I don't know what they see in him. But on the pitch, on the field, he was hiding yesterday. He was playing hide and seek. I didn't see him. You saw anyone who saw Odegaard yesterday? Just let me know. You know, but it's not only Odegaard, you know. I'm just going to go through the player ratings as well, starting from David Raya. I think David Raya played well. He held his own. He blocked another shot. He blocked 2-3 shots. He is one of the guys that can go away holding their head high. He tried very well. He tried. I'll just give him a 6, you know. And then we go to Miles Lewis-Kelly. Miles Lewis-Kelly did a hell of a job, you know. Miles Lewis-Kelly did a hell of a job inverting, going in the right, in the mid. And when he went inside, he was not afraid to press the ball and get it going, you know. He didn't get the ball most of the time, but the times he had the moments, he was trying to make it happen. So for MLS, I'm going to give him a 6 as well. Saliba was a bit shaky sometimes, but overall I'll give him a 7 because he cleared that one shot that could have went in. He took it off his feet. It would have been 2-0, but thanks to Saliba, he saved us. We're gonna give him the 7. Jacob Kiwior, his passing was not very poor, was poor. He's passing the long balls he tried to make, but defensive wise he was sound. He played very well. I don't think anyone was worried about him in this game, rightfully so. We can give him a 6. Timber, he ran his socks off. Timber, he ran his socks off. This guy was giving him a headache, and how he didn't get a red card, I don't know, because he was rattled in the first 20 minutes, putting this guy down every time he got. But he slowly and well on grew into the game. So for Timber, I'll be a basic 5. Declan Rice, I think he played very well as well. The only issue was they slept off in the first 4 minutes. They were confused. They were all over the place. How is Dembele all alone? How is he all alone in the outside box, in the 18 area, with all the time and the space to shoot that ball? That was the main thing. But other than that, he ran his socks off. He covered most of the grass on the pitch. He was everywhere, be it 6, be it 8, be it trying. So for Declan Rice, he gets a 6 as well. Martin Odegaard. There were days we used to pray that Martin Odegaard should come back. We used to pray like Martin Odegaard need to come back, and then the team can get all going, and then we get chances, and then the creativity spark is there. There is no spark. There is no spark. There is no spark, and the current is even there to begin with. So how are we going to get a spark? The current is even there. This guy has been poor for months now. Oh well, if he has injuries, if you're giving him medicine, if you give him injections, if he is not ready, don't let him play. Don't let him play. Don't put him in a spot, man. Don't put him on a spot, because now in the next game, I don't want to see him start. I'm sorry. I'd rather start in 180. Why? Defensive wise, okay, he tried defensive, but we are, for you, the main thing for Odegaard is to create chances, and he didn't do that. He was MIA. I'm sure he created like 1 chance. That is it. I didn't see him dribble. I didn't see him make any chance. I didn't see him. He just goes hiding in the big games. He just goes hiding in the big games. And for a captain and for a leader, for someone the whole team to look up to, people like Declan Rice out there stepping up. MLS doing the breadwinner, stepping up like a breadwinner, and you were the captain, and you were ducking the smoke. Merino, he tried, he works his sauce off as well, but I think Merino is slow. Every time we put him in the mid, it never goes well. It was very, very poor from him. There's one shot he got, instead of shooting, he took the whole time in the world, and this guy had to clear the ball right from his feet. So Merino, I think, is better playing up top. In the mid, it's not for him. He gets a 5. Odegaard gets a 3. Odegaard gets a 3. That's just about. Bukayo Saka played well in the first half. In the second half, Mendes pocketed him. Literally pocketed him. Had him locked up in his pocket. When he went home, he had Bukayo Saka in his pocket, in his car keys and his wallet, because Bukayo Saka was MIA, missing. That's just about it. For Bukayo Saka, I'll give him a 6. That's just about. Trossard, he had a future. He had that chance. I don't know how he's missing that one. I think he was just supposed to hit far post, but the keeper was very, very well. So for Trossard, he gets a 6 because he was the one that was a bit lively. My boy Gabriel Martinelli. My God. How are you going to score, man, like this? How are you scoring? How are you going to score? If your head is down. I don't know how you're scoring if your head is down. Can you keep your head up and look where you shoot it? You were supposed to, that chance you had, you were supposed to bury that chance, man. There's no excuses. You were supposed to bury that chance. And we all know this guy is tall. He can stretch. Then put it with the far post, Put it in the far post. Martinelli gets a 5. 180 came in. He even sparked. He even brought life. The 5 minutes he came, he brought in life to the game. Ben White came in as well, but nothing much. I think they brought him in to help Bukayo Saka because they were doubling up on Bukayo Saka, but it didn't work. Mikel Arteta, Mikel Arteta gets a 4, unfortunately. The plan he had didn't go. There was no plan B. There was no plan C. He made late substitutions, and once again, he fumbled on the biggest stage. Same thing we did when we played Manchester United in the FA Cup. Same thing we did when we played Newcastle in the League Cup. We always fumble on the big stage. The big stage, we cannot handle the big stage, people. Anyway, the positives are we need to go back to the drawing board. We need to go back to the drawing board. We need to show in the next game, we need to be aggressive. We need to be on the front foot. We're going to need to have the ball to control the pace, and we're going to need a lot of balls. We're going to need to have a lot of balls. We're going to need to show them. We're going to need to go into a different, to bring out the best in us, to go in a different world, something we have not seen. We cannot go predictable again. That is the thing. Arteta cannot go to Paris Saint-Germain being predictable like this. They'll just have our head on the spike, because we know it's going to be loud. But I still believe we can turn it around. But we must get an early goal. Anyway, people, you lot, let me know how you feeling now after the game is finished. And subscribe and follow the boy. I'm out.